Hello everybody, my name's Chris Ward and I'm one of the product managers for Siemens Control product business. And in this example I want to show you some of the functionality which is utilised in the 3RW55 high feature device. There's some condition monitoring functions in there. The one that we want to have a look at today is the active power monitoring. So active power can influence the loading status of the motor. So dependent on the limit that's exceeded, you can basically signify warnings and errors to indicate that there's potential issues with your motor's performance. So potential issues when you're looking at active power monitoring could include, say for example, if you're looking at loading monitoring for over-dimensioned motors. You can also tell when a pump's running under a no-load operation. That can damage pump impellers. You can monitor and avoid load peaks, and you can derive production quality data from the energy data that you're seeing as well, which is another advantage. So the active power monitoring in the soft starter is always deactivated at the start. So the idea of today's session is I'm going to show you how to use that, how to set up that function. And if you haven't already got a configuration already set up, please refer back to one of my previous videos that shows you how to do that. So we'll jump straight into the starter. We'll go into parameters. We'll bring this menu to a close, go into the soft starter, parameter set 1, condition monitoring features. Then as you can see, active power monitoring is here. At the top, you've got active power monitoring. It's deactivated. We're going to check that off because we're having a look at that function. Then all the boxes can be filled in. As you can see, they've just gone from blacked out to white. So they're all the boxes that we need to fill in. As you can see, there's a fair few to go at. There's an upper limit here. There's a lower limit. And then there's this active power reference value. So active power reference just means, what's the normal power rating of the motor. So it's a 13 amp soft starter. So we'll say it's a 5.5 kilowatt application. We'll X that down. And so once we've put that active power reference in there, that acts as a reference for these limits that we're going to set for the upper and the lower limits. And both of them have the same entries to fill in. There's a maximum and a warning and how you react to that. And that's the same for this one. The maximum, the warning, and how you react. So let's start here at the top for the upper limit. So you can go from 0 to 400% here. So we might want the maximum for the power to be 200% above the 5.5 kilowatts. That's double. We might want a warning to come in at 150%. So a warning, all that would do is it'd flag up on a HMI to say that the motor's operating out of its normal conditions, and you might want to send a maintenance engineer to look at it. Here you've got the response to the active power. You can decide not to turn it off, or you can decide to turn it off. In most situations, that's how it reacts to the maximum, by the way. You'd want to turn the device off if it was going up that high, because it's going to cause damage to the motor. On the lower limit, this is a value from 0 to 100%. We might want the lower threshold to be 25%. We might want the warning threshold to be at 50%. And then we might want it to react by turning off at this lower threshold, because if your pump's running dry and the impeller's becoming damaged, the motor's starting to overheat, by the time you get to that 25%, the idea is that the active power is proportional to the flow rate inside the pump. So if the flow rate's going down, the active power is going down, you can gauge from that when you want to turn the motor off. So it's a great little function to have. So now you've parameterized the lower limit and the upper limit, you can then download that into your soft starter, and you'll then have a fully functional active power monitoring capability in the 3RW55. So I hope you found the video useful. Please stay tuned for more videos to come. Thank you.